Welcome to Student Core Update Student Information. In this session, we'll explore how to update student information in Workday. We've received a request from a student to update some of their personal information. The student has requested that we update their legal name, date of birth, government ID, and home contact information. We can update this by going to the information's associated task or by going to the student's profile. In Workday Student, we frequently interact with student information via the student profile, so we'll update this via the student's profile. First, let's explore how to update the student's legal name. We'll start by going to the student's profile. Once we're on the student's profile, we'll select the Personal Profile and then the Names tab. We'll navigate to the Legal Name grid and select Edit to enter the information we want to update. We've entered the updated name information here. Once we select Submit, the request will route through the designated business process. Any required supporting documentation will be requested during this process. Note that we can also use these same steps to complete a preferred name change. The student also noted that their date of birth is incorrect and needs this information updated. We'll also update this information on the student's profile. On the student's profile, select the Personal Profile and then the Personal Information tab. Select Edit. Select the Edit icon in the Date of Birth section to edit the student's date of birth. We'll enter the new information here. Then, we'll select Submit. Once we select Submit, the request will route through the designated business process. Note that you can also use the Edit Personal Information task to update this information. Next, the student would like to update their Social Security number. On the student's profile, select the Personal Profile and then the IDs tab. We can edit the ID information via the Edit menu. We'll select Edit Government IDs. We can add new ID information or remove the current ID information within the National IDs grid. Once we've made our change, we'll select Submit. Once we select Submit, the request will route through the designated business process. Any required supporting documentation will be requested during this process. Note that you can also use the Edit Government IDs task to update this information. Finally, the student would like to change their home contact information. On the student's profile, select the Personal Profile and then the Contact tab. We can edit the contact information via Edit. We'll select Change Home Contact Information. We'll select the Edit icon to edit the student's address. If needed, we could also update the student's phone, email, instant messenger, and web address here. Once we've made our change, we'll select Submit. Once we select Submit, the request will route through the designated business process. Note that you can also use the Change Home Contact Information task to update this information. For all of these updates, depending on the business process configuration, there may need to be an approval by another user. Additionally, if the student initiated the action via self-service, then the administrator would confirm and approve it, or send it back if there is an issue with the documentation. In this session, we've successfully explored how to update personal information in Workday. Thank you for taking the time to learn with Workday.